My name is Stephanie Earp. This is my husband Patrick and our little guy Hunter. We actually had no idea about Hunter's heart condition until after he was born. Hunter was born with not one but multiple congenital heart defects. His little body houses a pacemaker and a stent. He's had 3 open heart surgeries and takes about 10 different medications twice a day. Hunter had been sick, and he woke up from a nap and I couldn't get him to respond. I had put his pulse oximeter on and I couldn't even get it to read, so I knew at that point that we needed to book it somewhere, and we were 4 blocks from the hospital, and I yelled for my husband, and I don't even think we put socks on him in the middle of winter. We ended up here in the ER, and we saw Dr. Chance. Yeah, I think when you have somebody as critical as him, to point taken, we went to Boston Children's Hospital this last summer with him, and they were surprised at how complex he was. So knowing that you have a facility in a small community that's able to take care of him as a parent is really, really nice to know.
My name is Bill Greenlee. I'm from Boone, and I was a patient at the Boone Hospital. Dr. Melhouse was my physician. Had a lot of pain in my kidneys, and I didn't know what it was. I went to Dr. Melhouse, and he checked me out, and he informed me to get right straight up to the hospital. The hospital was ready for me. They were expecting me. They sent me right straight up to the day room up on, I think it's 3rd floor or 4th floor. And I went straight up there. They were expecting me. They put me right in a room, and it was just like I was everybody's best friend showed up. It was like I was checking into a hotel. I recommended Boone County Hospital dozens of times since then, just because of the excellence of the care and the precision of the care.
I'm George Silberhorn. This is my wife, Jenny. Well, the year I retired in 2005, I found out I had a demyelinating neuropathy, and the University of Iowa suggested that I come to the Boone County Hospital for my infusions, or I would have to drive all the way to Iowa City to do that. I do infusions every 6 weeks, and the folks in same-day surgery do a wonderful job of making me comfortable and taking care of me for those 4 hours every 6 weeks. Little heart issues about 2010, and first place I came was Boone County Hospital. I feel lucky to have the hospital here.
I think we're so lucky to have a county hospital here in Boone. I can't speak highly enough of it.
I am Sally Corder. I came here in 1960 as a new bride and an elementary school teacher. I think the Boone County Hospital is absolutely fantastic. It reminded me when Sarah called me of one of my favorite poems, How Do I Love Thee, by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. What has the hospital meant to me all these years? Because I've been here like 56 years. Well, first of all, we had all 3 boys here. We only lived a block away, so it was pretty easy to come to Boone County Hospital. I would say probably in 2011, I was diagnosed with uterine cancer. So I used Dr. McIntyre, or was sent to her, and she did surgery, did a D&C on me, and then it was Dr. Cook, John Cook, who was the pathologist, so the lab diagnosed what I had. I think one of the outstanding features of this hospital are the 32 doctors, because I just counted them over there, that visit us. We older folks don't have to go out of town, be it half an hour, be it an hour, and I think that is just terrific. This is just fantastic. We need to keep it. It's been wonderful in the past and the present, and hopefully in the future too.
Hi, I'm Joe Smith. I'm the CEO of Boone County Hospital. I've been in healthcare administration about 30 years and been in Boone 24. The hospital is so important for so many reasons. First of all, the work that we do here. I mean, it ranges from relatively mundane services that we provide to really heroic kinds of things that we do here. The life and death kinds of things that happen here are amazing. We have the ability to do things that bigger organizations don't have the ability to do, just because we're in such close relationship with our community, and I think that's going to be huge going forward. We're also one of the community's biggest employers. We employ about 400 people, bring millions of dollars annually into our community, and really are sort of a cornerstone of what our community is all about. I really think that the future of healthcare is going to be more about not just what happens within the four walls of the hospital, but it's going to be about community wellness as well. So increasingly, you're going to see hospitals and physicians get involved in not just, again, what happens at the hospital, but the lives of people in our community.
Hi, I'm Scott Teal. I'm a family physician, recently retired. I came to Boone before I had a family, and I chose Boone because while I was in medical school, I worked with Dr. Rouse when I was a third-year medical student, and he was a gracious host, and it looked like a nice community, and I thought it would be good to work as a partner with Dr. Rouse. When I first came to the hospital, we were pretty much situated in the older building, much of which has been remodeled and rebuilt, and I think it took a lot of vision for the hospital to buy into the plan of remodeling, and I think that they've seen huge dividends from making that investment in the facilities that they've built. To continue to grow, to continue to be on the leading edge of healthcare, we have to make further investments. I've had a lot of patients who have gone elsewhere for some specialty care and returned to Boone, and they pretty much routinely tell me that they really like the nursing care they've received in Boone County Hospital, that the nurses are less hurried and are able to give them attention that they wouldn't get in larger hospitals.
I'm Dr. John Murphy, and I practiced here from 1969 to just short of 2009.
I came to Boone in 1964 from the Navy, and I practiced until 2001.
And I came to town in January of 1967 and retired in August of 2000.
Well, I'm just happy that I picked Boone to practice in, and I was very fortunate to have nice people to work with and nice people to take care of, and a nice facility in which to take care of them. So I feel very fortunate. One of my favorite stories was also in the delivery room. I had a routine delivery going on of a little older lady, and she delivered that morning of a nice healthy female. But she had a visitor come visit her from out of town, and the visitor was her daughter. And her daughter was also pregnant. And it turned out that she went into labor later on that day. So I delivered mother and daughter later that day. So we tried to count up the number of relatives that were all in the same postpartum room.
Well, my last 3 years I practiced, I was a hospital employee and just did anesthesia. I worked as an anesthetist. And during that time, my wife fell and broke her hip, and I was staying in the hospital, staying in the room with her. And I wasn't on call that particular night, but about 3 in the morning they came in and got me and they said, "We've got a baby we can't intubate, a newborn, and we need your help." So I went in there, and here was this nurse practitioner from Des Moines that intubates babies all the time, and she wasn't able to get in. And the room was full of nurses and paramedics, and so I knew I had to function. So I looked and I couldn't see, and I said, "Well, run down to the OR and get my glasses," which they did. They brought the glasses back. And with all this audience, I looked in there and I put that tube in, and it just happened to go in perfectly, the baby. And they transferred the baby to Des Moines, and I never heard anything again.
Well, the technology obviously is the big thing, because when we made house calls, the patients expected you to have all the technology that was available in your black bag, which you obviously couldn't. But you were expected to diagnose and treat and follow up just as though everything were there.
The hospital has done a beautiful job of keeping up with technology, and that's part of the future. It's going to be more technology.
All the advances that have occurred at the Boone County Hospital.
It's the technology of the future and the present, frankly.
I think without this hospital in this town would dry up, because they wouldn't have a medical community. They wouldn't have any of the services that Boone County Hospital provides.
Yeah, hi, I'm Gabe Hours. Thanks for coming here tonight. I have the privilege of sitting on the foundation board as the current president. I've been on the board for about 6 years. We've definitely been in the emergency room a couple different times, having 3 boys at home. We've had staples in the back of the head. We recently had some stitches in a finger, so it's just nice to be able to come in town instead of have to, especially in that emergent situation, have to drive to Ames or Des Moines. The reason our foundation exists is to do things for the hospital that otherwise wouldn't be possible. The things that the foundation participates in is simply whatever is better for the patient care. We know there's going to be changes. That's the only thing that's a guarantee, is we know there's going to be changes. And so the hospital has to continue to stay on top of it as best they can, be able to deliver health care in the most efficient manner, and try to make sure that we stay competitive in the market to try to make sure we maintain patients coming here and being able to get their care here versus driving to Des Moines or Ames. I just want to really thank everybody for being here tonight. Appreciate the support. We couldn't do it without you. And again, thanks for coming. Have a great evening.
My name's Amy Anderson. I've been an X-ray tech at Boone County Hospital for about 19 years. I am a board certified mammographer with 3D or breast tomosynthesis. It helps us look at all the different layers of the breast. This is like when in the 1970s when they started mammography. This is like, we're just starting this, because this has never been, I mean, it's been only out for like 3 years. So we're like kind of at the beginning of this. So when our kids grow up, and I have 2 daughters, so when they grow up, this will be just like the normal for them. Patients are asking for the 3D mammals. I would say probably 1 out of 3 people asked, is this 3D?
My name is Carrie Hauser, and I've been at Boone County Hospital for 10 years now. I am an ultrasound tech, which is also called a sonographer. Being an employee and working with the patients at that level has allowed me to see exactly when we purchase an item, how it has directly impacted the patient. When I was in high school, when I was 14, my mom was diagnosed with advanced stage breast cancer. That was a really tough 2 years. Her treatments, her therapies really consumed our lives. Not in a bad way, but it also made us look at everything differently. While she was doing all that, I saw other people helping. I guess that is probably what drove me to want to help. It was a way to, I guess, give back to how people gave back to my mom. So my mom is a survivor. It's been quite a while now. But then along the road we had a few more bumps, and then 2 years ago my sister also was diagnosed with breast cancer. Technology changes all the time. So right now there is a big push for something called breast tomosynthesis. It is standardly also called 3D mammography. 3D mammography allows women to have more images done in the same setting as their mammogram, which allows the doctors to manipulate and visualize more about each breast. With the same amount of pictures, they're able to manipulate them more and see through the breast tissue more clearly, therefore allowing more women to have things caught earlier, have even normal things caught earlier than maybe we would have seen otherwise.
Thank you, Boone County Hospital.
To all the doctors and all the nurses, all the staff and everyone, thank you. You saved my life.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your donations, and thank you for funding this need.
Thank you for helping us get this much needed piece of technology for our hospital. It's going to benefit a lot of women in the future.